with a fever, tossing and turning in his four-post bed, and still in his dreams he mumbled,
"No more twist, no more twist."
What should become of the cherry-coloured coat? Who should come to sew it, when the window was barred and the door was fast locked? Out of doors the market folks went trudging through the snow to buy their geese and turkeys, and to bake their Christmas pies. But there would be no dinner for Simpkin and the poor old tailor of Gloucester. The tailor lay ill for 3 days and nights, and then it was Christmas Eve and very late at night, and still Simpkin wanted his mice, and mewed as he stood beside the four-post bed. But it is in the old story that all the beasts can talk in the night between Christmas Eve and Christmas Day in the morning, though there are very few folk that can hear them, or know what it is that they say. When the cathedral clock struck 12 there was an answer, like an echo of the chimes, and Simpkin heard it, and came out of the tailor's door and wandered about in the snow. From all the roofs and gables and old wooden houses in Gloucester came 1,000 merry voices singing the old Christmas rhymes, all the old songs that ever I heard of, and some that I don't know, like Whittington's bells. Under the wooden eaves the starlings and sparrows sang of Christmas pies. The jackdaws woke in the cathedral tower, and although it was the middle of the night, the throstles and robins sang, and the air was quite full of little twittering tunes. But it was all rather provoking to poor hungry Simpkin. From the tailor's ship in Westgate came a glow of light, and when Simpkin crept up to peep in at the window it was full of candles. There was snippeting of scissors and snapping of thread, and little mouse voices sang loudly and gaily.
420 tailors went to catch the mail. The best man amongst them durst not touch her tail. She pulled out her horn like a little cattle cow. Run, tailors, run, or we'll have you all eaten now.
Then, without a pause, the little mouse voices went on again.
Sing my lady's oatmeal, grind my lady's flour, put it in a teapot, let it stand an hour.
"Meow, meow," interrupted Simpkin, and he scratched at the door. But the key was under the tailor's pillow. He could not get in. The little mice only laughed and tried another tune.
3 little mice sat down to spin, pussy sat by and she peeped in. What are you at, my fine little men? Making coats for gentlemen. Shall I come in and rock your threads? Oh, no, pussy, you bite our heads.
"Meow! Scratch, scratch!" scuffled Simpkin on the window-sill, while the little mice inside sprang to their feet and all began to shout all at once in little twittering voices,
No more twist! No more twist!
and they barred up the window shutters and shut out Simpkin. Simpkin came away from the shop and went home considering in his mind. He found the poor old tailor without fever, sleeping peacefully. Then Simpkin went on tiptoe and took a little parcel of silk out of the teapot and looked at it in the moonlight, and he felt quite ashamed of his badness compared with those good little mice. When the tailor awoke in the morning, the first thing which he saw upon the patchwork quilt was a skein of cherry-coloured twisted silk, and beside his bed stood the repentant Simpkin. The sun was shining on the snow when the tailor got up and dressed, and came out into the street with Simpkin running before him.
"Alack,"
said the tailor,
"I have my twist, but no more strength nor time than will serve me to make one single buttonhole. For this is Christmas Day in the morning. The Mayor of Gloucester shall be married by noon, and where is his cherry-coloured coat?"
He unlocked the door of the little shop in Westgate Street, and Simpkin ran in like a cat that expects something. But there was no one there, not even one little brown mouse. But upon the table, oh joy! The tailor gave a shout. There, where he had left plain cuttings of silk, there lay the most beautiful coat and embroidered satin waistcoat that ever were worn by a Mayor of Gloucester. Everything was finished except just one single cherry-coloured buttonhole, and where that buttonhole was wanting there was pinned a scrap of paper with these words in little teeny tiny writing:
"No more twist."
And from then began the luck of the Tailor of Gloucester. He grew quite stout, and he grew quite rich. He made the most wonderful waistcoats for all the rich merchants of Gloucester, and for all the fine gentlemen of the country round. Never were seen such ruffles or such embroidered cuffs and lappets, but his buttonholes were the greatest triumph of it all. The stitches of those buttonholes were so neat, I wonder how they could be stitched by an old man in spectacles, with crooked old fingers and a tailor's thimble. The stitches of those buttonholes were so small, they looked as if they had been made by little mice. End of Chapter 2. Recording by Jenny Lundak, South Padre Island, Texas. Recorded in June 2009.